Here I want to talk about the strategic foresights, and let me introduce myself and the company I work in. So we are called WikiVote, and we use crowdsourcing. Most of our business is crowdsourcing of the laws and legislative acts and other structured documents such as professional standards. So we also have some experience in knowledge management, and our new direction, and Semantic MediaWiki is exactly here, is foresighting, strategic planning, and prediction. Mostly planning, but some predictions also. Here's my plan. I already talked about the company, and first part of the talk will be about the WikiVote platform. It's the enhanced Semantic MediaWiki. We have a lot of extensions. Most of them are open source, and you can use it. I will try to emphasize how can they be applied not only to our tasks, but to yours as well. And then I will present you our small use case, actually kind of an enterprise use case on the foresighting. And we will result with a discussion of further plans and issues like that. So the WikiVote platform, we have some ideas behind the platform. First of all, Wiki doesn't have to be an encyclopedia, and it's obvious for every one of you. It's possible to make very complicated things on the Wiki. Also, the second thing is very sensitive subject, is that Wiki don't have to be hard to learn, and MediaWiki is, unfortunately. Wiki is also a social tool, and the power of the social tools is underestimated now. We have some decisions here. The voting on the wiki is done to some extent by Wikipedia, by the previous presenter. They also have the voting system, but the voting potential on the wiki is really huge. And here's some design principle about the deployment, that it should be fast so we can scale, about the common formats for all the data. No surprises here. The common formats I propose is, of course, the semantic properties and the interface via ask queries, and more wiki-level programming. We'll talk about more. So the last principle is that be open source, make us really stronger. Maybe I'll have the lightning talk on this subject as well. So here is the quick outline of the features of the platform. Our design principle is to use semantic forms everywhere. The user don't have to think about the wiki stuff. The user have to be oriented on the goal of the project, and because of that we have developed new form inputs. We have developed some enhancement to the editor, and also for new page handling. And the social features are the power of social profiles. We have several attempts to do this task. The karma for users, the user ratings, is part of the voting system, which is the second session. And the user contribution. There were today a talk that also aware of voting of the user contribution in the wiki, and we think that it's really important. So, and the last one is some visual things that you can also use. So the markup, okay, wiki markup is awful. Who thinks that is not? Okay, maybe I think so, but it's because my brain has been damaged by Wikipedia. But still, most of the users are not Wikipedia editors, and we need to use WYSIWYG and semantic forms with every page we can. So previously we have FCK editors, currently we have Wiki editor, which is kind of compromise, but visual editor is on its way, and it's also is applicable here. The forms. We developed the potential, we further developed the potential of the forms. Here are some features that we have added to the forms. Let me show some of them. First is just some inputs. Here's two list boxes input, which I can show you, and it's included already to the trunk of the semantic forms. It's just some kind of input, yeah. The other one is not worth our attention now. It's just a spin box for inputting the numbers. Yeah. Next is that forms are not secure enough today. So presently, you can break the form, not break the form, you can break the template by adding such symbols. And it's not a very big problem, yeah, but it can be a problem if you have a big wiki and you can't just watch if the page is broken. So we developed the semantic fork escaping extension, which you can use. Here is the handling of the new pages. When you in our platform click on the new link, what appears is what kind of page do you want to create. And the next feature is I want to talk more about is the dynamics in the forms. First feature is values from concept of values from query, which can be used like so. So we have some field, for example, it's field to list boxes or list box, and the values that were available are dynamic. The set of values is dynamic. It relates to this query, and we do it on the client side using SMV Ask API. So I can try to show you this. So here we have yeah, and now all the fields have been updated according to this query. Yeah, I think that can be very useful, and especially if you have the forms with reusable elements. It will be included into the next version of semantic forms. Not yet. Yeah, not yet, But we'll think about it. Yeah. The substitute feature, the further development of the thing. So let's skip it just. So next, oh, I have such a huge presentation. Okay, here is something about social profiles. We can use social profiles in many ways. Some of them are here, and our first attempt were use social profile extension and semantify it, but we given up because it's too strict. Now we have we are using semantic forms plus semantic sign up. Yeah, here is some comparison. We don't have the ability to represent the private fields like credit card number or I don't know your gender. In some countries, so it's a problem which can be addressed in the future, and no right access control, but we get a workaround from this. So here are our social features that were developed by us. It's the contributions, how much the people contributed to the article. So we have the article on the center, and here are the contributions. Those who have the biggest arrow contributed the most. Okay, voting. just show you the screenshot because I don't have much time to discuss about voting. So we previously used article feedback, we semantified, but now it's kind of sucks. Here is their main direction. They switched from stars to these comments. We don't believe in comments in wikis. We don't believe in comments at all. We think that people have to work on the documents and not to discuss something with themselves. So WikiVote voting is our extension that is really flexible. You can create your own voting widget from like basic blocks, and the scale of it is you can create such kind of voting, but you can also create this one and full-fledged questionnaires with many parameters. Yeah, we did a basic semantification of this, but I will need to discuss with core developers how could we make it better because of the duplication of the data. So here is how you construct the voting group and attach it to a category. Yeah, here some potential value of semantification of the voting. It's sorting by the votes. It's average voting as part of wiki. Yeah, I have about 5 minutes left. It's voting as a part of wiki-level logic. It's a vote of as an object for analysis with exporting, and some kind of with result formats. You can use votes and the average rankings in result formats as well, potentially. Visual diff, okay, it's just visual diff. And history, we did a lot of job of user experience, but currently we have history that is more or less like the old one. Probably next year, next half year, I will show you something more cool. So about the deployment, we use page schemas. Who are using page schemas? Nobody uses page schemas. Who use create class button? Use page schemas instead, because it allows you to edit the class, which is always desirable. So nowadays here is our workflow to set up new project. We define the schema and forms and template are the result of the schema, and then we substitute the redundancy in templates and forms with reuse. So it's templated forms and templated templates, nested templates. Some thoughts about wiki coding, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. Oh, and yeah, that's half of my talk. On the other half, it's basically about the Foresight case, which took place on the actual boat, on the enterprise environment. Now, on this boat, we deployed our system, and the participants of the Foresight trips were engaged in foresight creation. What is foresight? I have some time to explain you that. It's something in between the prediction, long-term prediction, and long-term planning. And mostly, here is the methodology of foresighting, how to plan the strategy of your organization, of your government, of the field, and your deeds in it in the future. So previously, the methodologists, which were our clients, used these cute little stickers and timelines. So it looked like that. They put some objects, and relations between them were represented by wires, actual real big wires. So the result is something like this. Here's a timeline and the related object on it. I don't have much time to go deep into methodology. If you're interested in Rapid Foresight methodology, it consists of trends, it consists of possible future technologies, it consists of some formats of doing things in the future. Here how they do the foresighting. First is the trends, then some objects go on these trends. And finally, you have some kind of roadmap. And we help to do this roadmap because each object is represented by can be represented by some wiki page. So our mission were not only to help them to do it because it's digital, but also because their foresight session are quite short. And during that foresight session, you discuss a very sensitive subject, very important subject, and you don't have time to think deeply about it. So they have their foresight session. Afterwards, they export their data, and we imported it into the wiki, and they collaborate inside the wiki. So the other things is that it's that mess of not digital, an analog roadmap that consists of small sheets of paper. You can't see the hidden relationships between the object, and we can make them visible with queries and with inference. So here our mission, and yeah, that's pretty much all what we do. We deployed our project in the way I told you about. So first is schemas, then some adding some abstraction layer, then adding the pages with queries, enhance the pages with foresight objects with some queries that give more information to it, and import all the participants and all the foresight session with some wiki bots from Python Wikipedia framework. So I think there are many extensions for you to look at, because they can be possible of use for everyone, not just for WikiVote. I hope that WikiVote will use Semantic MediaWiki for a long time and become the main contributor there. So thank you for your attention.
Perfect timing, I must say. You can hold up a bit, so we have time for 1 or 2 questions. And maybe the next speaker will already come and start setting up.
I have only one question. Is it possible to extend one day to the conference and to hear what Yury is doing?
I mean, we still have some lightning talk sessions. If there's a particular thing anyone's interested in, I'm sure there could be an extra demo tomorrow about one component or 2 if you like.
Yeah, I can show you the demo during the coffee breaks just to have. Yeah. So it's kind of a poster presentation. Yeah. Is it possible to this survey? Yeah, of course, yes. So our voting system is so you just construct your voting system. You can substitute the algorithm of the average vote, for example, with respect to the wiki changing nature. You can add any number of criteria. So yeah, it's quite flexible. You can do anything with our voting.
For the moment, it seems. So let's thank the speaker
Yep.
again.